I made a wonderful door using an amazing, interesting, and exclusive technology. This door is unique. Only I have it. No one else has one like it. And I installed a lock and it looks reliable. What is it made of? Naturally, it's foam plastic, the modern hermit's material. Extruded polystyrene foam with tile adhesive on one side and tile adhesive plus cement on the other. Yeah, it holds really well, and here are the knots, and man, it's just awesome. And it's warm, a warm door. So there used to be a cold wall here, but now we see a really warm door. I don't know what could be warmer than this door.
Hello everyone. This footage fully confirms that my favorite ultra-budget construction technology using polystyrene foam is spreading across the world, breaking down the classic expensive construction traditions. And soon, it will be inevitable, despite the mega companies getting rich off of us who deliberately build expensive housing. You can actually build frameless structures out of this material, which I have already tried before. In door leaf construction, bars are needed only to better secure the hinges and lock. Perhaps in the near future, we will learn to do completely without expensive wood and metal. Make the bars yourself with simple machines like a circular saw, jointer, or planer, or buy them at a hardware store. This will hardly affect the cost of the finished door, since the amount of bars needed is minimal. No carpentry skills are required for making it. All the joints are done without any special carpentry tricks, just using screws. You can also use glue, but it's not necessary. Next, 3 cm thick extruded polystyrene foam is used. At the same time, it should provide insulation for the door as if it were made of timber 15 to 20 centimeters thick, like in ancient castles. I didn't make this up, that's what polystyrene manufacturers state in their specs. The material is pliable and very easy to use, and everything you plan should work out even for someone who is dealing with this material for the first time. After use, there is practically no waste or trash left. Mounting foam or polyurethane adhesive foam, specially designed for polystyrene, provides a bond that is even stronger than the material itself. The sheets can be smooth or already rough. For smooth ones, you need to go over them with a wire brush or coarse sandpaper. Next, I usually use either a mixture that's used in thermal insulation work for gluing foam and mineral wool boards, or tile adhesive. But here I think you can keep experimenting. You also definitely need an alkali-resistant plaster fiberglass mesh, which is sold in the sections where ready-made plaster mixes are available. Applying adhesive and reinforcing it with fiberglass mesh in this position can be done by anyone, even a child. I've already tested this myself. After it sets, the door is flipped over and the process is repeated. Once it dries, you can apply the primer. Regular viewers may have noticed this video's unusual format. They might now be wondering who that person is, first praising the door and now appearing on screen instead of me. I'll explain everything now. After a video where I said working with used building materials feels like a secondhand store, people asked me to stop offending Konstantin from the Batina Usadba channel. Konstantin turned out to be a very hospitable person. He started sharing impressive and incredibly simple skills. He showed how easy it is to make a marble imitation from aged wood using cheap materials.
To start, I'll set aside some polymer putty in a separate container.
Polymer putty. I used the cheapest one. It came in powder form in a bag. I mixed it with water, and now I'll add the cheapest black colorant I could find.
It turned out that Konstantin has been following the Yasha Koshak Songs channel for a long time, especially the House for $1,000 project, and even uses some of my techniques. He noticed this type of door design a long time ago and was just working on making one. I already used a similar one in a small but very important utility architectural structure in our yard. Konstantin went further, giving it a look that made it impossible to tell what it was made of. To imitate boards, polymer putty is applied to the primed surface. You can first mark the location of the future boards to understand in which directions to apply the texture. Then, using a homemade spatula cut from a plastic paint lid, the wood texture is applied. Here, as they say, appetite comes with eating, and the further you go, the better it gets. Konstantin bought an old house with a hectare of land in the Belarusian countryside, and now he's trying to create an agro-eco-gastro estate here. He's the father of 7 sons. Yes, you heard right. Konstantin is the father of 7 sons. The children and his wife live in the city. Despite having such a big family, I would describe my new friend as a modern hermit because he spends a lot of time here, alone, working creatively. He is also an excellent cook, and alongside construction, he makes a living by baking his signature pizzas. He dreams of living to see the day when people, even in remote areas, can enjoy restaurant-quality meals without risking their family budget. As is customary, for example, in sunny Italy, where cheerful, frequent gatherings in numerous pizzerias hardly affect the wallets of ordinary Italians. He strongly believes in the imminent growth of prosperity for our citizens as well. And by the way, affordable construction technologies can help with this growth. We'll save on construction and spend it on fun leisure activities. This decoration works not just on doors, but on other surfaces too. Big savings on finishing materials.
Well, that's about it. Let's let all of this dry. The putty has dried. But I make these lines, I cut them again so they are more clearly visible. So I took the finest sandpaper I have, 180 grit, and now I'm going to sand along the grain with it. This will smooth it out and make it look more like a board. Primer dried and I'm satisfied with the result. I took acrylic paint, latex paint, that's what it is. It's white. I diluted it with water to make it thinner. Now I'm adding black pigment to it. My task is to make dark gray paint. I think it's very beautiful. The paint has dried, but it's not what we need. So we take a sponge, well, a dish sponge. You can use a piece of foam and white paint. And let's see what we should have. On top, which board? On top we have these boards. The side ones, the diagonal, and the central one. And these should go deeper, so we won't touch them for now. Let's go and work with the top boards. We start these boards from the middle and move to the edges. That is, the middle is a bit lighter and the edges are all a bit darker. This way we slowly add volume.
The door frame was assembled from boards and bars, avoiding the labor-intensive process of cutting a rabbet. Everything is covered with several layers of acrylic frost-resistant varnish.
I'm planning to build a country estate. Actually, I'm already working on it. Here's the bathhouse. This is it. Using available materials, free bricks, leftover cement, or similar items.
But I think only one thing can save you. That's extruded polystyrene foam. I advise the hermit to gradually replace the aging wooden parts of the house with modern ones made of polystyrene foam. Does it exist? A chainsaw can cut through log house walls so easily that building material strength is less important in today's technological world. Now for any wall, there's a tool that can make a hole for me in just a few minutes. That's why modern buildings mainly need to withstand wind and seismic loads, which materials of this type handle perfectly.
I opened the back passage and the house became much brighter.